With your blessing, they ask things. What was the actresses? Select who you want.
Alright, it's official, guys. I feel like this is the time where I have to name this season the season of arguments. I just don't understand how adults, grown adults, will derive so much pleasure in arguing relentlessly, like they will be arguing unnecessarily. It just seems as though everybody is intentionally, deliberately doing what they are doing because they want to trend, and it's really annoying. Like, guys, to be very honest, these days I don't even feel like watching Big Brother anymore, because I just know that the moment I switch on my TV, I'm hearing like 1 or 2 adult children arguing. Very annoying. Today is the second day where the Shine Your Eyes housemates are making an attempt. Yes, I call it an attempt because what these people have been doing since yesterday, guys, it's in no way close to an attempt at implementing Biggest task or even preparing for it. So today is the second day that they are even making an attempt to try and put together a storyline, put together their idea, and even create the drama presentation that Big Brother had assigned to them. But unfortunately, people's ego are still constantly clashing. And just this afternoon, we had another crazy, inevitable clash between Beatrice and the head of house, that's Peace. And then also at some point, Whitemoney also lost his temper. I mean, he was also flaring because he was so frustrated that everybody wanted to talk at the same time. Everybody wanted to flaunt their authority, which of course they do not have, and everybody was constantly trying to trample upon the authority of the head of house. And guys, you know one thing I pray for at this point? I pray they lose this wager. If this is actually a wager from Big Brother to them. Because just maybe it will give them a brain reset. It will make them understand that, listen, fine, it's okay if you feel like arguing is part of you creating content, or maybe argument is part of you being controversial on the show and then making you trend on social media and then increasing your fan base and whatnot. Well, partially, that actually works. But I feel like if they lose this wager and they go hungry for at least 1 week, just as it happened to the lockdown housemates, that probably might just help them to understand that, okay, there's time for everything. Yeah, there's time for you to sell yourself. There's time for you to want to show that, okay, you have sense more than everybody. There's time for you to want to argue, and there's also time for you to just plainly shut off and stop displaying your stupidity, and then just try to contribute your quota to the task without trying to step on other people's opinion. Because guys, that is basically what these Shine Your Eyes housemates have been doing since yesterday, and it's very irritating. What even caused the slight altercation between Beatrice and the head of house, Peace? Guys, since yesterday I've been feeling sorry for Peace, because you know her name is Peace, so everybody is taking her for granted. Everybody is thinking that, oh my god, oh yeah, we can definitely trample on this one. She looks like a weakling, she's quiet, you know, she likes peace, you know, when people do stuff while she's trying to coordinate everybody, she doesn't overreact. And so I feel like today these housemates, they decided to come from that same angle, but Peace wasn't having any of it, because as of yesterday, she was already exhausted from trying to organize everything, from trying to carry everybody along, from trying not to even lose her cool. It was quite frustrating for her. So today she decided to devise a method, okay? Since all through yesterday and even this morning, when someone is talking, the other person, especially Maria, is cutting the person short. Even Arin was doing it at some point, you know? So she decided to devise a coordinated method that, hey, we are all adults here. If you want to talk, simply raise your hand to indicate that you need the floor to speak. And then Sammy, who she has put in charge of the task as the director, is going to pick that person to air their views. That was just a simple instruction. But unfortunately, these people, they were not even paying attention. Everybody wanted to talk on top of the other person's head. And guys, at some point it was quite funny, hilarious, you know, you're looking at everybody being just simply disorganized. But then at some point it became quite irritating, because Beatrice was now constantly trying to put her hands up, you know, and then she wasn't getting the audience that she needed to air her own views from Sammy. So she got upset and then she walked out. Before Beatrice even did that, you know, there was a serious chaotic uproar. Everybody was just talking at the same time. Some people were quiet. People like Earrings was quiet. He wasn't even talking anymore. Bere was quiet. He wasn't even talking. Saga was quiet. He wasn't talking. And then Nini with her tiny butterfly voice. When she wants to talk, it was as if she was screaming when she wasn't even screaming. So Whitemoney got so frustrated and he had to yell at everybody that everybody should please keep quiet, because they were simply distracting Sammy. Sammy was trying to chip in the ideas that they have come together regarding the story, and then everybody, Maria especially, she kept on constantly cutting people short from talking. Every time someone wants to talk, she'll come with, oh, wait, interjecting people, and then when the other people wants to talk back, they have simply forgotten the idea that they had in mind. So it was after Whitemoney had, yelled at everybody to keep quiet that Peace, the head of house, had brought up that new coordination that, okay, we are all adults. If you have something to say, simply indicate by raising up your hand so that Sammy, who is the director of this whole play, will pick you to talk. And so according to Beatrice, because she explained much later, according to her, she had been raising her hand, and when she wants to talk, Sammy would allow her to talk, but he would not allow her finish. But then when somebody else wants to talk, and I know who she was referring, Maria and Arin, yes, especially, that when somebody else wants to talk, he literally allows them to air their views and to talk as much as they want. So for her, that got her really upset, and then she walked out of the group. But then that kind of infuriated Peace, because for her, that was trampling on our authority as the head of house. So whilst that happened, Angel, trying to be the peacemaker, was trying to go and bring Beatrice back, but then Peace had lost it. Like, she had lost her cool. She was like, nobody should go and beg Beatrice to come back to the group. That it's a group chat, and anybody that leaves is walking out on Biggie and Biggie's instruction. Yes, So guys, there was some sort of division amongst the housemates, but at some point everybody had no choice but to go with what Peace was explaining, which was quite correct, because of course it's a group work, it's a group conversation. So if you have something to say and you feel like you're not being heard, it doesn't take anything off you if you try again instead of walking out on everybody. Because at the end of the day, if the whole house fails, or if one person refuses to do their own part, the whole house fails. So everybody had to give Peace a round of applause, like, oh yes, head of house, that's how it is. But guys, in my own opinion, I just feel like this shine your eyes housemates, they're overbearing now. They're doing too much. I mean, people are not, I think because of the fact that they're arguing too much, because of the fact that they are talking too much, it's becoming noise. I feel like at this point in time, the show is not even entertaining anymore. And to be very, very frank with you guys, I'm not being a sexist or anything, but I'm going to confess this. When it was only the guys in the house, you see that 1.5 day, I was richly entertained. But then, since the girls have come into the house, or let me just be nice or fair and say, since Biggie has given them a task, it's been one argument or the other. Especially the women, they want their own opinion to be taken, and it's just so annoying. But to cut long story short, guys, I love the fact that Beatrice retraced her steps. She came back to the group and she apologized for walking out on everybody. She apologized for offending everybody, all the housemates. And then I also love what Peace did. Peace asked for the housemates to be quiet so that Beatrice could air her own opinion, and then she explained the reason why she did what she did. For her, the reason why she did what she did was because she felt like Sammy was intentionally not allowing her to express herself, but he was giving other people more time to express themselves, And then at that point, I really hoped that Peace would have been quiet and simply apologized back to Beatrice. But then Peace was now trying to stand her ground that, oh, it wasn't intentional, blah blah blah. And I like the fact that Beatrice was mature about it. She just easily said, you know what, head of house, I'm sorry. And then she hugged head of house, she hugged Sammy, she hugged Licorice, and then she went to her seat. And the rest of the housemates, they applauded her for her maturity and her wisdom. But then at that point, in as much as I was on Peace's side from the get-go, I felt like, nah, Peace did not exude that level of leadership that I expected of her in that flip minutes or seconds. Because whilst Beatrice had expressed herself as to the reason why she behaved the way she did, Kirsty demanded that Peace apologize on behalf of Sammy, or Sammy apologized to her. But instead, I felt like she was trying to make an empty claim, you know, saying that it was unintentional and whatsoever. Anyways, guys, let's see how it goes. As I said at the beginning of this video, I feel as though this season is definitely the season of arguments, the season of unnecessary altercations. And guys, if it's gonna be that way, it's gonna be really exhausting for us, the viewers. So please, Big Brother, if you can hear me, yes, I am in your diary room right now, and I am begging you, please let these housemates feel this task. Let them feel this task for this week. And if it is their wager, do not give them food, so that when they are starved at least for 1 week, they will put more seriousness and shine their eyes on their next what am I saying next? Anyways, they will shine their eyes on their next wager task. That said, guys, I will see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day. Bye.